On the channel today is the making of this beautiful, super comfortable and chic maxi play suit that is suitable for beginners. It is cut together. That means it does not have an half cut. Now, if you're interested in knowing how I made this, then you want to continue watching. So, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, Easy Sewing with Tyke. If you're stopping by or seeing this channel for the first time, it's great to have you here. My name is Taiwo, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back and engaging on my videos. I appreciate you all so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button. Please like this video as you would gain value. Put on the post notification in order not to miss out on anything. Share, okay? Help my channel to grow. And I also love to know if you'll be requesting this outfit in the comment section or what you think about the tutorial in general. Now let's get started. Starting with the front, I'll be cutting the front first before cutting the back. So here is my center front. Now you might be surprised why it is not on fold. Yes, that's because we are cutting a play suit. And even though this play suit does not have an half cut, that is, it is cut together, but that center front will still be joined because of the crotch area. So the fabric does not necessarily need to be on fold like it would be if we're cutting out a bodice or a skirt. So that chalked line, that is my start point. I'm going to start taking all of my measurement from there. I don't want to start taking my measurement from the selvage area of the fabric, okay? So from that start point now, I'm just going to measure out 3 inches. The reason why I'm measuring out 3 inches, you'll get to know as we progress in the class. But I'll go ahead and measure out 3 inches, like so. Now the next thing to do is to start imputing the vertical measurement. So the length of this play suit, I want it to be 36 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch hemming allowance. In total, I have 37 inches for the length of this play suit. So I'll go ahead and place the 37 inches at the tip, at the hem of the fabric that way. Now my start point is going to be 8 inches. That is because this style is an off-shoulder play suit. You can even call it like a tube play suit. You can see that it is starting like below the armhole. It is starting below the armhole. So you want to start all your measurement from your chest line, or what is called your armhole line. And the armhole line that I'm working with is 8 inches. The formula on how to get your armhole line would be showing on your screen right now. So that is where I'm going to start all of my measurement from. There's no point starting from one. There's no point starting from the shoulder, since I'm going to cut it out. So I'm just going to start all of my measurement from my chest line. I hope that is understood. So I'm going to start all of my measurements from the chest line, or what we call the armhole line. The next vertical measurement after the chest line is actually the waistline, or the half length, which in this case is 16.5, followed by the hip line, the hip measurement, which in this case is 26. Now I'm going to go ahead and rule all those 3 vertical measurements like so. And the final vertical measurement we'll need for this outfit is what is called the crotch depth. You can get your crotch depth by taking your measurements, following the pictorial illustration you can see on your screen, or you can use the formula or by dividing your hip measurement by 4 and adding 2 inches. And mine is 13. So that is what I would have used for my regular jumpsuit or play suit. But because this is maxi, I decided to use 14, which means I added 1 inch to my crotch depth. But I would advise that you add at least 2 inches or 3 inches, because I discovered when I was sewing, you still get to see how I changed it when we were sewing. I discovered that this 14 that I used did not make the crotch area as free as the crotch area of the style inspiration was free. So I ended up using 15. So if I want to make this style again now, I'm going to use a crotch depth of 15 inches or even 16. Okay, so just add 2 or 3 inches to your crotch depth measurement if you are making this style. And also you want to take that crotch depth measurement starting from your half length, okay, starting from your waistline. Now that we're done with the vertical measurement, it's time to move to the horizontal measurement. So because this placesuit has an elastic at the upper area, we are making use of the biggest measurement of the body, which is the hip measurement in my case. So the hip measurement that I'm working with is 44. I went ahead to add 3.5 inch, 1 inch for the sewing allowance and 2.5 for the excess that I want there. But mine is not as big as this style inspiration. If you want your own play suit to be as maxi as what we have in that style inspiration, then you should want to add as much as like 5 inches to your hip measurement, okay? So in this case, 11 inches plus 3.5 is 14.5. I'll start taking that 14.5 from this 3 inches mark, okay? That is where I'm going to start taking this measurement from. Do not make that mistake of taking the measurement from the center front itself, like from our start point. No, you want to start taking it from this 3 inches mark. That's where I'm going to start taking the horizontal measurement from the upper part to the lower part. You just want to go the straight line like so. After which, I'll go ahead and add 2 inches at the upper part that way for the elastic casing. So I'm making use of a 1 inch wide elastic, which is why I'm adding 2 inches at that upper part for my elastic casing. At that crotch depth vertical line, we will need to input our crotch extension. And how do you get that? You get that by dividing your hip by 16, which in my case is 2.75. But since it's a maxi, I decided to approximate it to 3 inches. So that is why I left that initial 3 inches. So you can see the reason why I left that initial 3 inches. And from that crotch extension, that we just want to connect it all the way to the hem like so. So here is a closer look of how that place looks like. We are done with the front now. We can go ahead and cut it out. But before I cut, this is actually optional. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the hem by 1 inch that way, just to make it a bit taper. This is actually optional, okay? So I'll go ahead and cut out everything that I have now. And this is what I have after cutting out the front. So you want to remember to add ½ inch when cutting out that crotch area, okay? Add ½ inch all around like so. Coming down by 2 inches from the waistline, I'm going to notch it. That is where the pocket is going to start from. Now to the back. To cut out the back now, you want to go ahead and fold your fabric into two, because we need two pieces for the back as well, and place your front on it this way. So the back is always bigger than the front, especially at the crotch area, because of the bum, okay? So you want to extend the crotch depth line like so, and then add your crotch extension. After which, you want to measure out 1 inch all the way from the upper part like so. Give that a straight line. Then from the midpoint, that is the midpoint of the waist to the hip, you want to connect it all the way to the new crotch extension like so. You just want to give it like an L shape, not L shape, you just want to curve it this way. And at the hem, I'm going to add 2 inches that way and connect the back crotch extension all the way to the hem. And that is that about the back. It's time to cut it out now. Here is the pocket. That's 7.5 by 8. So I have 4 pieces there. You're going to see how I would attach this when we get to the sewing machine. And this is the one that I'm going to use to make the strap at the neck area. Is 60 inches in length and 4 inches in width. Here is the center front. I'm going to go ahead and join it all the way to the upper part, all the way to the crotch, like so, using ½ inch. So measuring out my pocket opening of 6.5 inches, so I have ½ inch left at the upper part and at the lower part that way. I'm going to match up the upper chalked line like so with the place that I notched on the outfit itself. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the pocket opening, that is 6.5 inches like so. Just want to sew it from one end to the other end, leaving ½ inch. Leave ½ inch. And this is what I have so far. So I attached 2 pieces of the pocket on both sides of the front, and I did the same thing on both sides of the back as well. So I went ahead to place the back on the front like so. Now it's time to join it together at the sides. So I'm just pinning it down this way. So I'm going to sew it from the upper part. When I get to that part, I'm going to extend my sewing like so and sew around the pocket, then continue till I get to the hem. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. Now that the two sides has been joined together, the next thing to do now is to join it together at the inseam like so. Just want to sew it from one end to the other end using ½ inch. after which it's time to make the elastic casing. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure out the 2 inches that I left for the elastic casing. That way I'll be folding in half inch, then I'm going to sew it all the way from one end to the other. Now I did not sew all the elastic casing off completely. I left a space of about 2 inches to enable me pass the elastic. So I'm gonna have to cut out the elastic that I'll be passing through it. So the measurement of the elastic should be your chest measurement. So this is what you want to have. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it down now to secure it. I'm going to sew it like this first, then I'm going to be stitching that down as well. Now you want to make sure that your elastic does not fold or is not wrinkled and it is just arranged well. So I'm going to ease in the elastic into the casing like so, making sure that it is evenly distributed all around, after which I'm going to close off that opening like so by sewing as close as possible to the edge. That way, this is what we have so far. This is what we have been able to sew so far. So I'm going to go ahead and sew off the band that will be attached at the neckline. After sewing, I'm going to turn it inside out like so and give it a good press. Now to attach this to the place, you go ahead and fold it into two. Then you want to place it this way. Just want to shift it to the sides like so and just place it like that at the front. Okay, then I'm just going to stitch it down to hold it in place, and this is what you want to achieve. Okay, I decided to fit the dress before concluding the outfit, and that was when I discovered that it was not as free as the style inspiration. So you can see that I came down by 1 inch and I sew it all the way. Even though this that I did, it affected my crotch extension a bit, but I was still able to go scot free, because you know that my crotch extension was in excess before. It's actually 2.75, but I used 3 inches, so it was perfect at the end of the day. In order to avoid this, just add um 2 to 3 inches to your crotch depth, okay, if you want to achieve the kind of freeness that we have in the style inspiration. The place suit is 95% ready now. The final thing is just to hem the lower part. So I'm just going to fold it that way, using 1 inch that I added as my hemming allowance. Voila, the play suit is ready. And that will be all for today. Now, did you gain value? Did you learn something new? Did you enjoy the tutorial? If the answer to all of this is yes, then kindly let me know in the comment below. Hit the like button, also share. Okay, you don't want to enjoy all of this alone, and subscribe if you are yet to. You can also follow me on other social media platforms. It's Easy Sewing with Tyke. Till I see you in my next tutorial. Bye.